Hey guys, we have a recurring guest, our first recurring guest in the channel, and that is Aryaman Veer.
Hi everyone who watches the channel, and thank you Gaurav for having us back here. And I'm very proud to be the first recurring guest on your show.
Aryaman is a volunteer at Ispirit. He's also an investor and tech entrepreneur. Ispirit is a non-profit organization which is solving problems which are huge tech challenges in India.
It's trying to solve the biggest problems in the country, like healthcare inclusion, financial inclusion, and those kinds of things, because solving that will allow the maximum productivity and like alleviate suffering and stuff. And to solve those problems, we believe that you need all people to work together, government and private sector, entrepreneurs, developers. And the best way to obviously make something work in the 21st century is technology. So trying to build the public technology infrastructure that enables companies like PhonePe, Google Pay, which are built off of UPI, which is another example of public infrastructure built by the government.
We are going to be talking about DEPA again. If you guys remember, about a month or two back, we were talking about this data empowerment and protection architecture. People from various countries like Mexico, Ghana, Russia, they were talking about, wow, this is superb, this is something big, and they want to do the same in their own countries. This is a generic architecture which will be now used for health applications. Is that true, Aryaman?
So yes, you are correct. DEPA, or the Data Empowerment and Protection Architecture, is more like a conceptual and philosophical framework for how individuals in India should be able to interact with their data. They should be able to protect it and get value from it by empowering themselves through easier access to their data. So in the case of financial data, as you said, people could share their financial data directly from the bank's database or the stockbroker's database to a lender or to somebody else in machine readable, XML format, so that there was no need to do any kind of like painful downloading of PDFs or giving an app access to your SMSs or emails, any of that stuff. So similarly, the same way that in finance that is now being rolled out, it's also being rolled out in healthcare, so people can get access to their healthcare data.
Does this mean that I'm going to be able to send my data from, let's say, Apollo Hospital to Hinduja without any person figuring out that I have these issues? So for example, if I go to Apollo Hospital and say that, can I get my Hinduja data over here? Then how does that happen? Do they send a request to an AA in between, or is it different this time?
It's pretty different actually. I would say that the system design is definitely different, because in this in the case of healthcare, there are more considerations that you need to have. So this entire system was designed to be more private, with the assumption that some people may have some health data that they don't wish to disclose to anyone. So yeah, you're laughing. I don't know what went into your mind, but something like that, what you're thinking. But yes, what you described, the Apollo and Hinduja use case, something like that could happen. So Hinduja in this case would be a health information user, or HIU. They want to use your health information to provide some service. For example, giving more context to the doctor or giving you some feedback on your medical reports. They want to use your health data and you want to share it. And the data is right now lying with the health information provider, which is, in your example, Apollo hospitals.
So just to clarify, this is not, is it mandatory? Anybody opening a hospital, do they have to incorporate this? What about small medical people, like homeopathy people, like me?
It's not mandatory for hospitals to implement. It's not mandatory for people to have a health ID. People can generate multiple health IDs per person. They don't need to link those IDs to Aadhaar or something. It can be linked to a mobile number, an email address, biometrics. All you need to generate a health ID is some verifiable attribute. And then you can generate multiple health IDs. So you can have one health ID, Gaurav, to link all of your mental health data, and another to, for your sexual health data, or your gastrointestinal health data.
I think we should stop right there. That's enough health IDs for me to last a lifetime, hopefully. But this time, do you have a hackathon which I can post in the link?
It's funny you ask, Gaurav, because we do have a hackathon. We are very excited to announce that we have another hackathon around this new exciting health infrastructure. This health infrastructure, by the way, is brand new. So this is the first time that people will get access to these APIs. And of course, there will be many improvements, many upgrades to the spec. But you can create a health ID for yourself right now and begin interacting with the sandbox providers, using the APIs and building dummy apps. So the hackathon is called Healthathon 2020, and it begins on October 24th. And just like the last hackathon, it's a 4-week long virtual event. So during the course of that 4 weeks, there'll be many masterclasses, panel discussions, networking sessions, and talks. And at the end, teams of hackers will display the products they've built to a panel of judges. The judges will then give awards to the best teams. And this time, we not only have a hackathon, we also have an ideathon, where you can just enter your business models and your business ideas for what can be built using this new infrastructure. So no coding is required for the ideathon. So even non-technical people and their friends and stuff can take part in this. The prize pool for both competitions is 4 lakhs, and we have some great sponsors and speakers. So sponsors, we have Matrix Partners India, which is a leading VC fund. We have the Swasth Alliance, which is an alliance of telemedicine apps like Practo, 1MG, MFine, CureFit, and basically all the leading healthcare apps and organizations. We have and two other organizations rather, as our knowledge partners. One is Chime India, which is like an organization of the CIO or Chief Information Officers of various hospitals, and HIMSS India chapter, which is the Hospital Information Management Software organization. So we have a lot of people in this hackathon from the public sector, like from the government, Ministry of Health, National Health Authority, because without these guys, there's no way you can build something that reaches all 1.3 billion Indians. We also have lots of people from the private sector, like the CEOs of Practo, CTO of 1MG, Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, who's the chairperson of Biocon, CEOs of hospitals, Bharti AXA Life Insurance, VC funds, many people from the private sector. Because without the private sector, you can't build something sustainable and profitable and actually high quality. And the last is the medical community. So, if we're building tech solutions without the input of medical people, it's not going to be very useful to them. So we have lots of doctors, hospital heads, and all of the hackers, all the great people in your channel can interact with all of these folks, present their ideas to panels consisting of people like this, and learn a lot. So we hope that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is definitely. It's a big opportunity to interact with a lot of these guys. If you do well in the hackathon, if it's something that can probably change the path that you have.
We would love for people to participate, because only when we get the developer community involved in this can we come up with the best solutions. And just think of the stuff that you could build. Imagine that you, as an individual, now all of your health records are digitized from the start, and you have access to them from the start. What would you build? You could build something that, for example, monitors your vital signs on like your Fitbit or your Apple Watch, and just sends your vital signs to your doctor so he can monitor it remotely. You could build some kind of AI analyzer that gets the raw data from a pathology lab about like various tests, and then predicts okay, this might be like a good course of action for you to take. You could build like a doctor facing solution to help doctors integrate data coming from different sources and make sense of it, so that while they're consulting a patient, they can give the best advice. There's so many things that could be built, and we would really love to have everyone's creativity and talent at this hackathon. So I have nothing to add except that thank you for having us on here again, and we're really excited.
If you guys want to know about the technical details of how this is going to be implemented, the details are slightly different from what happened in the financial architecture, because there is a huge amount of data. The architecture will be slightly different. If you want, we can get Sid on board next time. For that, you can share, whatever you do. Engagement of this video will help. And thanks so much, Aryaman, for coming here and letting us know that there's this superb opportunity, a hackathon that people can participate in.
No, it was my pleasure, Gaurav. I love being on your channel, and I hope your viewers don't mind it either. But yes, we're super excited, and I think that you guys 100% would enjoy the sort of system design of the health data sharing framework as well. It's slightly different, as Gaurav said, to the financial one we covered last time, but lots of interesting things there to learn. This time, obviously, there was no fun diagrams or technical architecture. It was just me talking about this event. So apologies for that. but I promise you that the event will be worth it. So sign up for the hackathon, share with your friends, even if they're non-technical, even if you're not in India. I mean, just sign up. Like we'll take a call eventually, like whether we're gonna support outside India folks. But I don't see why not, right? And I think I can say that you all should sign up regardless, and we'll make sure that there's something for everybody. So thank you once again.
Awesome. All right then. See ya, guys. Best of luck and do participate. Bye-bye.
See you.